I wanted to make this video, and while you're listening to my voice explaining how we are in 4D reality, I'm making a crystal grid. The actual placement of the crystals is covered by my hand, which is by design. I didn't really want you guys to see me placing the crystals, but every time I move to get another crystal, you will be able to see where the crystal is placed. This is just to keep you entertained while you're listening to my voiceover. So, everybody who is here, every single human on the planet, has come in here by choice. The reason we came in here is because this is a time of transformation. We are living in a 4D reality. We talk about shifting from 3D to 5D, but there isn't much out there explaining how we are currently, right now, all of us are already in the 4D reality. Now, I want you to first of all understand that 4D is not a place that really shifting to, it's a vibration. We came here for this shift in vibration because, first of all, it lets us fix a lot of our. It has never happened before to humanity. And that is actually the reason why there are so many people planet, 8 billion people right now, because everybody wanted to be here during this time. Now we are constantly shifting right now. The reason that most people don't see it is because we are constantly shifting and creating same thing over and over and over. So we're creating the experience of a 3D reality, which is a reality of polarization, duality, black and white, good and bad, left and right. Both hemispheres of our brain are responsible for different things. It's a level of control. It keeps people separated. That's why most of the news that you hear is bad. It's all negative. It kind of keeps people in that 3D reality constantly. By design, of course. We work huge amount of hours, and there's basically no time to kind of step back and think. And when people don't think, they are easily controlled. We are kept in lower vibrational emotion mode by design because it keeps people shut out from who they really are. We don't know who we are. We are immortal spiritual beings having a human experience. Now imagine if everybody would realize how powerful they are. It would be nearly impossible to control people. Now 4D is about realizing how powerful we are, that we are living in our own world, which is much more flexible than we realize. 4D is about realizing who you are and what you can actually create. 4D is realizing that you live in right now as opposed to 3D, where time is linear, where you have past, present, and future, and nobody's really living in now. We are living in our regrets in the past, or just thinking and worrying about the future, and we don't have the ability to focus on our lives as they are right now. There is no past, there is no future, there's only now, right now, right now, right now. But most people are asleep, so they are not aware that they are able to create their life in a much more efficient and flexible way. Not knowing and being asleep, you are creating that 3D reality over and over and over and over. Most people are doing the same things, eating the things, thinking the same things, thus creating the same things over and over again. Now, those of us who are waking up are beginning to realize that you can create what it is that you want. you start to shift from that 3D consciousness into 4D consciousness. You are beginning to create the life that you want. You pull away from the negativity and you consciously put yourself in, which is a 4D state of mind, where things are beginning to change. You are awakening to the reality that what you see on TV is not nearly what's going on in the world, that you are kept by the television, by the media, and books, and schools, and everywhere. It's all around us. This system has been in place for way too long. You're beginning to realize that you are being controlled, when in fact, you are the one who can begin to control the world you are living in. And now it is more possible than ever to shift away from the 3D consciousness into a 4D consciousness. And this is how you begin to change. You are waking up to the reality that life is not what you thought it was. Our food is not what we thought it was. Our healthcare system, our drug industry, our educational system, it's all created to keep us in a certain low vibrational field. But those who are waking up are beginning to see it for what it really is. And this is what it means to shift to a 4D consciousness. The theme of a 3D reality is still being played out because the majority of people creating it are continuing to create without knowing the 3D low vibrational reality. But many people who are waking up are shifting out of it by purely expanding their thought process and educating themselves. People are choosing what they engage in. And that's a huge key that has been downplayed. You are choosing the reality that you are in, what it is that you're willing to participate in, the 3D reality or the 4D reality. But I want to reassure you that you are doing it not in the 3D reality. So the choice is really yours as to what state of mind you are, 3D or 4D. I hope this is kind of becoming a little more clearer. We are in 4D, but people who do not know that things have changed don't have the knowledge and thus the ability in the 3D to manifest their best life in the current 4D reality. They are still in 3D mindset. So we are individually creating our own reality. But many of you are aware that there's such thing as collective consciousness. This is where the outside forces that influence that collective consciousness come in with their negativity and their drugs and brainwashing to make sure that our collective consciousness in 4D is still creating the 3D experience. That's why certain events that are going on right now on the planet are created on purpose to make sure that our collective consciousness is still asleep. Okay, that people are not able to wake up from 3D to 4D. So 4D is already here, but we are controlled to make sure that our surroundings is full of garbage, to make sure creating the 3D reality, okay? That the collective consciousness is still in a very low vibrational field. Nevertheless, the system is breaking, and more we are seeing huge changes in the world. That's the reason why I'm posting a lot of this information in my group, so you guys are able to see the changes that are going on, because they're not publicized. It's not in the best interest of the small amount of cabal of the people who are really, really in control to let us know that things are changing. Everything is changing. They are crashing. They are being completely destroyed because we are in 4D and things are coming out and people are waking up and shifting instantly to a higher vibrational field. I want you to realize that we are kept in kind of a victim mode. In order to shift from this 3D to 4D, you need to understand that things are not happening to you. You are not a victim. You have free will. That is your power. Your free will is your power. So things are not happening to you. Things are happening for you. Okay, and I don't mean the bullshit on TV, or even the good things that we come across once in a while. They are not happening to you. They are happening for, and up to you to either join that collective consciousness and see the good in the world, or focus on the bullshit and garbage that we are being fed. Now, we all pretty much realized, well, those of you who did realize it, you might have wondered why it is that spiritual awakening happens when people go through deep and painful emotional experiences in their lives. Now, this is where I want you to focus, okay? Things are not happening to you, they are happening for you. So, the best way to disengage from a 3D reality is to not give it attention, okay? Now, I'm not saying that you should completely shut yourself out and not watch TV and not really participate in life events, or just kind of become this crazy person who lives in a la-la land. No. You can be aware what is going on. You can choose how much you participate in it. Okay. For example, I've been seeing this posts on Facebook about what recently has happened on where I live on the island. And I see post after post after post after post. People are heartbroken and people are upset and they can't believe this shit happened. I understand. I'm aware. But enough is enough. Do not engage in this constant okay? You can be educated about vaccines, okay? But that does not mean that you should live your life focusing on all the horrific shit that is going on between people who vaccinate and people who do not vaccinate. There could change, okay, in your own life, or you just shut it out and say, fuck it, I'm done, okay? So it's really up to you. You want to be in 3D? Go ahead, obsess about the vaccines and just mind you, you're obsessing about this shit without actually doing anything about it. Okay, arguing with people who are not aware of what the fuck you're talking about because they're just not there. They're happily living in the 3D. Okay, you can be aware and move the fuck on. Okay, move on. You don't need this. Okay, if you cannot do anything about this situation, okay, just move on. It's enough that you're already aware and you're making a choice for your family, yourself, your kids, or your elderly, okay? That's enough. You can pass the information and not reply to this, crazy people cursing you out and telling you how insane you are, regardless of what side you are on. Whether you are pro-vaccination or against it, it really in general does not matter. The only thing that matters is right now, right now, right now, right now. And what the hell are you doing right now? Cursing somebody else out on the other side of the globe? Seriously. For the love of God, do not feed the 3D reality. Okay? That's basically like the whole message of this video is about it, find out, and change your life. Because we are in 4D, but you are living in 3D reality, and that's almost by choice. Now it's by choice because now you know. Go ride a bike instead. Go do a crystal grid. Listen to some nice music. Okay? Do something you love. Follow your passion. Just don't feed this bullshit because you don't need it. You just simply don't need it. Okay? Do something you like. Pull away from it. Do not participate in this collective consciousness of God. So do what you like. This is the best way you can raise your vibration. Explore things you might not understand. Read books that you haven't read before. Read books that you like. Do what you like. Give yourself that time. You're not only doing it solely for yourself, but you're actually doing it for humanity. Get a hobby that you enjoy and shut out the world. Just be in your transition from 3D to 4D. It's all about your vibration. The best way to pick up your vibration is to get to know yourself. Do you even know what your desires are? Is it really a fancy car? Do you think if you're going to sit, instead of your jalopy in this fabulous new car, do you really honestly think that this is going to improve your life? Is it going to get you to a new place? Okay? You can get to a new, no matter what car you have. But if you're spending hours and hours and hours obsessing about it, is it really truly what you want, or is it you just trying to kind of state to the world, oh, I'm important? Think about it. Don't be influenced by anything that is around you that is negative, okay? Because you will not be happier in that car because you are going to have to work your ass off to impress somebody else. Is it really worth it? Just sit down and think. Do you want to experience life, or do you want to show others, this is who I am? Do you need validation from yourself? I am happy. I'm just happy sitting here doing what I like, and I don't need to post this on the internet and count all these likes. Ooh, look, people think I'm great. Now I feel better. Do you really? Are you in charge of you, or do you let everybody else be in charge of you? Does it matter what everybody else thinks? Because this becomes an addiction. And this is, again, by design. But at this point, if you move out of the victim mentality, you are no longer controlled. I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm not going to go on and on and on. For those of you who are able to understand and hopefully found this video interesting, and what I'm saying makes sense to you, this should be enough. For those of you who have not, you either didn't even listen to the rest of it, to be completely ridiculous. Either way, I'm not going to make this long. This should be enough to reach at least a few people, and that's good enough for me. I am happy with whatever results will come out of this video, because I do what I like, and this is what I like. This is what's most important to me in my life, and I hope you're enjoying it. I hope, again, that you're finding this useful, because I can tell you that I found this tremendously useful to myself. And this information is life-changing to me. It wasn't a quick change, but it has happened. I am glad it did, and credits go to me. I did the work, and I see the results. It's really up to you to either do the work, or I hope you're happy in the life that you are currently are in. Namaste, guys.